Thanks for stopping by. This video is brought to you by my shameless self-promotion. If you enjoy science fiction and fantasy, check out The Warbringer, about a woman that finds the Greek gods aren't just mythology after all. You can find it at jdmartinbooks.com. And while you're here, be sure to click that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future book reviews. And now, back to our regularly scheduled program. Today we're talking about a book that made headlines in regards to how the dogs in a film may or may not have been treated. Now I'm not going to touch on that, because this show is about books, writing, and the films they inspire. To be honest with you, I had never even heard of this book before the movie trailers came out. But it looked like a touching and family-friendly film that made me want to check out the source material. So how about we get started? This is your Fiction Friday review of A Dog's Purpose. Here it is here. This cover's very simple and clearly kind of defines what the book is about. There's a photo of what appears to be a golden retriever, so I think it's safe to assume that the book will have something to do with a dog. Unless the author is a jerk who likes to mess with our minds. What's with all the lies? So what we're dealing with here is a family-friendly book with a story that's okay to share with your kids. It's not like we're going to be meeting up with Cujo based on what we have here. So what's the synopsis? What's it all about? This is the remarkable story of one endearing dog's search for his purpose over the course of several lives. More than just another charming dog story, A Dog's Purpose touches on the universal quest for an answer to life's most basic question: why are we here? Surprised to find himself reborn as a rambunctious golden-haired puppy after a tragically short life as a stray mutt, Bailey's search for his new life's meaning leads him into the loving arms of 8-year-old Ethan. During their countless adventures, Bailey joyously discovers how to be a good dog. But this life as a beloved family pet is not the end of Bailey's journey. Reborn as a puppy, yet again, Bailey wonders, will he ever find his purpose? Heartwarming, insightful, and often laugh-out-loud funny, A Dog's Purpose is not only the emotional and hilarious story of a dog's many lives, but also a dog's eye commentary on human relationships and the unbreakable bonds between man and man's best friend. This moving and beautifully crafted story teaches us that love never dies, that our true friends are always with us, and that every creature on Earth is born with a purpose. Simple enough, right? However, digging into the pages requires a special message from our sponsors. Spoiler alert! The biggest thing I can say about this book is it was so boring for about the first 100 pages or so. Honestly, I debated skipping this review entirely because I didn't really want to finish this book. I mean, it was becoming work just to continue reading it, which is not the feeling a book is supposed to incite. I mean, unless it's a textbook at school. After a few lives, the dog, Bailey, meets Ethan, and I still don't care. On a page well past 100 or so, I finally gave a damn when the character of Todd was introduced. There was something seriously off about this kid, and it's hinted at a number of times. Finally, I was interested in what the hell was going on. As a true psychopath in the making, dogs go missing around him, and he even sets Ethan's house on fire with the family still inside. Obviously, we never want anyone to be hurt by crazies like this. But this is what creates intrigue about the characters in a story. This is how works of fiction actually make us interested. Eventually, though, that portion of the story ended, and I was back to not caring. It's pretty sad when all of the main characters could disappear, and it wouldn't faze me. I would honestly probably be happier with the outcome. Even so, it was marginally better than it was before Todd came. As usual, you have to read the book yourself to know the ending. It's quite a bit different than the film. After completing this book, which I was so relieved once I finished, I pressed play on the film adaptation. Is it bad to say that I was even more bored with the film than I was the book? I honestly spent half of it playing on my phone. And the worst part about the movie is that Todd, the saving grace of the book for me, was reduced to a minuscule character in the film that had very little to do with it. Yes, he still set the house on fire, but it was a prank that backfired. It wasn't a kid with a screw loose trying to harm somebody. All the mystery and intrigue of that troubled youth were completely left out of the story. If it hasn't become apparent already, I can't actually recommend this book, or the movie for that matter, to anybody. Or at least not adults. As a story for children, I'm sure it's worth a read. It touches on a number of items that could be interesting to preteens. As someone well past that stage, I can only describe this book as mediocre. But hey, that's just my opinion. Do you agree or disagree? Please let me know in the comments and give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. You can also check me out at jdmartinbooks.com for other book reviews, and you can also find my blog and my social media pages for Facebook and Goodreads. As always, thanks for watching and happy reading. See ya.